All right, good evening, everyone. I'm going to call the special meeting of the Board of Selectmen to order for Tuesday, February 1st, 2022. We are meeting in the cafeteria of the Senior Center to provide for some more social distancing. Not that we're distanced very well, but we're distanced about as far as we need to. So I'm going to ask that we stand and recite the Pledge of Allegiance. We don't have to flag it here, but it's generally that way. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I don't take any public comments, but Dan, do you have anybody besides Marty on the line right now? Okay.
Well, Kendra Biker just joined, but.
All right. I don't believe we have any correspondence, do we?
No.
Any late breaking correspondence? All right. I'm going to go into the first selectmen's report then. I passed out. The only thing I'm going to cover, this is just very brief. I published a community newsletter this morning. Well, two things. I want to just publicly acknowledge, we had a very successful town meeting last week where we secured the financing to finally complete the expansion of Clark Park. And I want to acknowledge the EBC as well as Janice Christianic, our Economic Development Director, who has worked on that grant package for several years in conjunction with our delegation, with Rahab Ali Brennan and Steve Harding, and our two senators, Julie Kushner and Will Haskell. But Janice really carried a lot of the load on the grant, did a great job. So this passed very easily. So very pleased to say we're going to move ahead with that. The other thing I want to mention is that the COVID cases have taken a very sharp decrease in the last 2 weeks. That we've dropped about 40% or so. We've gone from a high of 217 cases per 100,000 down to 105. It's still dropping. Positivity is dropping. So I'm very hopeful that when we see this trend, we're going to be watching the numbers very carefully when the town by town numbers come out in later this week on Thursday afternoon, and see if we can ease up on some of the restrictions. So good news about that. So that's really all I have to report tonight. Brian and Rich, do you guys have anything you want to add? Any questions, any comments? All right, hearing none. Item number 5 on the agenda then is consideration of the meeting minutes of the regular meeting of January 18th, 2022. I read those. I didn't bring a copy down. Did you guys have a chance to read them? Okay, I'll entertain a motion to approve those.
So moved.
Second. All right, any questions or corrections? Hearing none. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, that carries. I'm going to skip number 6 because I messed up our schedule tonight a little bit. So hopefully Mr. McGee will be able to join us, but I'll explain that in a minute. So I'm going to skip down to number 7, consideration of rate change for the rentals at Bennett Park. Eileen Earl, Director of Parks and Recreation, has submitted a request to adjust the rates. I have those in your packet tonight, and I would like to turn the floor over to Eileen if you would just give us a quick rundown on what's changing and what the driver is for that.
Basically the changes are instead of having a separate rate for residents and then residents having an event over 125, we decided just to do a flat rate, which will make it easier. We think people will fib about the numbers, and that we would, we only collect a certain amount and then they have an event that's over 125. So it's basically only going up by $25 for each. So, and then we changed Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, added Friday to the weekend rate instead of just Saturday and Sunday, because Friday is just as popular as Saturday and Sunday. So, so that's the changes that we had, and that's why we requested it. Instead of going up with every fee, we figured we just do that and we'll collect a little bit extra, but it's not a big increase from past 4 years. I think it's been about 4 years since we've raised the rates.
Okay.
So that's basically it,
Okay,
so.
all right. So basically, if you eliminate the under 125, what it means is that the fee is going up by $25, right?
Right,
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. What about the scouts rate?
we went up $25 there as well. And then we had them only Monday through Thursday, because again, Friday is becoming a very popular evening to do anything. The scouts usually only use it Monday through Thursdays anyways, or, once in a while they'll do an Eagle Scout.
Yeah.
Coat of honor there, but that's a larger crowd and everything, so, on a Saturday or a Sunday, but basically, they're Monday through Thursday,
Yeah.
so. And not a lot of requests, not, you know what I mean, it's not a huge request, so. Probably a little bit more with COVID, but not as much, so.
Okay.
Want to put a motion on the table? So discuss.
Yeah, you want to do that?
I'll make a motion that we approve the new fee schedule for Bennett Park as presented from Park and Rec Department.
I'll second it for discussion.
All right. Okay, so we have a motion on the floor to approve the requested fee structure. Floor is open for discussion.
I'd really like to see the scouts stay at the $100. They have to go out and solicit money, and I know prior years there was no cost to the scouts. So I like to amend the schedule to have the scouts at least at $100, not increase the scouts.
Okay, so you're making that as an amendment to the main motion?
Yes, so
Okay, I'll second that. Okay, so we have actually two motions on the floor. The first is the amendment. So did you have comments to
I
this?
just have a question.
Yeah.
If a Bethel resident wants it and a non-resident wants it, is it just first come, first serve, or is preference given to Bethel residents?
It's usually first come, first serve, but previous renters and Bethel groups and organizations get first, like they get to have their dates first, and then it opens up to the public, and then after that, it's first come, first serve.
And on average, what does it bring in a year?
It probably brings in at least between $20,000 and $40,000 a year.
A year, or is the majority of it Bethel residents
Yes.
under 125 or?
Most of them have been around the 125, like all the political parties, the chamber, different events like that, and usually they're they're close to the 125. They might say it's about 100. So
What's your average cost to clean the park after one of those events? Like you have to.
it's $150 just for the staff to come in and clean after the event. Plus, then if the dumpster has to be emptied again, then the cost for the dumpster, which just gets emptied once a week. But if there's a large event, like when it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday event, it gets emptied on a Thursday, then we have to have it emptied again on a Monday. So there's an extra cost there.
All right. Any other questions? All right, so I'll try your minds first on the amendment to keep the scout fee at $100. No change to that. Those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. I agree with that too. So, yeah, so that carries. So as amended, vote on the main motion with the cost changes except for the scouts, which would remain at 100. Those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. That carries.
Thank you.
All right, thank you for that, Eileen. So to go back to the appointment of the new poet laureate, I just got an email from Courtney that they are rescheduling. And again, I messed that up because I didn't realize that Dion had everybody coordinated. I should have known that she was farther out of it than I was. So I had suggested to Rick that he not try to rush it. So the good news is we'll have it someplace where we can have cookies and some beverages. So there will be no vote on the poet laureate tonight. We will save Rick's citation for when we can get together, probably at the next meeting. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. It carries. Thank you very much. So I will see you guys, we have a special board of finance that begins at 6:30, and then the full BOF and BOS budget hearings begin at 7, so I'll see you guys back there for that. All right,
All right, Marty, we'll see you in a few.